Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video, and it's actually going to be my last video on Dragonheir SilentGods for a while, or possibly for good, because I do have to take this decision, taking into account several things, but bottom line is I'm quitting Dragonheir SilentGods when it comes to content creation. I will still be playing the game on the side. I will still be, doing stuff for the game because I still enjoy it. I still, still love the game. It's still my favorite game out there. However, it's just there's too many things that are going on in, or that are not going on in Dragonheir, and that are going on in my life that, it makes no sense for me, unfortunately, to cover Dragonheir SilentGods anymore. So, first of all, to talk about my journey, I started playing Dragonheir last year when it was the second beta, the Season 0 closed beta 2. I played it for I think it was 3 to 6 months before I actually went global in September. But I kind of, things have been going good. I'm not going to lie. It was going good for quite a while. And I've been covering the game because I really loved it. I was fortunate enough to also be sponsored by them. I had some sponsorships, which kind of, from a business point of view, because this is my full-time job. For those of you that do not know, content creation of, Dragonheir Raid Watcher, this is my full-time job. So, unfortunately, I cannot afford to cover a game that's, not worth it from that point of view anymore. It's like I said, I did have some sponsorships. I'm really thankful to them for that. I did have quite good views on in the early part of the game when, in the first 3 months when it was excitement and people were still watching. Then Season 2 also still went well, but after Season 2 and going into Season 3 and now Season 4, it just dropped a lot. Like the views overall, they just dropped a lot, and it just doesn't make any sense, unfortunately, for me to do this anymore. And what I mean by that is, well, there's some massive issues that need to be addressed in order to make this game as awesome as I want it to be, and as most of us want it to be. And, we're going to discuss about a few of those things. I just want to emphasize the fact that, again, I'm still going to play the game. And if people are ever looking for takeovers, because I'm still going to play, I'm still going to know what's happening, and I'm going to be in the loop with the game itself, I will still offer takeovers. If somebody wants some takeovers, join my Discord. I have a section there that's called takeovers. Just go and check that one out. And, if you're interested for some help, let me know. But let me show actually first a little bit my channel and how the views are going. Okay, so you can just straight up see that some of these views are 190 views, 1,000, 900, 400, 16, 11, 400. So the views are pretty low. I have not been as consistent because I'm a proud father. It's almost 3 months since my baby girl Lily was born. And I'm also busy with that as well because, it's, that's my first job. First of all, I'm a father. But you can see what I'm talking about. Look at this, 400, 200, 800. It's like I always used to have at least 1,000 views on every single video, if not up to 3,000, 4,000. If I scroll a little bit further, you can see the drop off. You see that 2,000, almost 2,000, 2,000, 3,000. So the views used to be a lot better. And obviously, that was really important for me because that's what got me, that's what pays the bills for me. It's my full-time job. That's what pays the bills. And, look at this, even 8,000. So the views overall there were a couple of ones that were a bit weirder. I guess it was just some quirky ones, but you see that the trend was going downwards. You don't see any more 3, 4, 5, 8,000 on my channel anymore because that's the reality. Because of the way that the game is going, it's just really tough to get the same views. And the main issue that I see from my point of view, and this is kind of the main reason why I'm not going to be doing content on the game anymore, is because of the way that the system works, okay, then the seasons work. So it's an interesting idea, just I don't feel like this is the best implementation. And it's kind of that's why lots and lots of people are dropping off, especially with the changes that done recently, where Season 1 is amazing, but after that, Season 2, 3, 4, they're just, boring, nothing interesting, there's nothing changed, it's the game isn't as generous. Also, it's the fact that it just gets worse and worse. There are people that start playing now, they're on Season 1, and by the time they get to Season 4, it's gonna be almost a year. So if I'm gonna make content on Season 4, some people will be like, oh yeah, but people are gonna start watching later on. They're not, because if you're somebody such as on YouTube, oh yeah, let me see something for Season 4, you're not gonna be searching, you're not gonna be looking at a video that was 1 year old, because so many things can happen, so many things can change that, the content can be irrelevant. even my season 1 content, you know, that I did a while back is not relevant anymore because they completely changed the way the season 1 works. So there's you know, there's so much that's happening that needs to be changed. That the seasons 1's the main problem from my point of view. Also the fact that they're not, you know, content is just, they're just changing a little bit the what's it called, the bosses every season. No new story, even if there was a bit of a story, you know, just to keep it entertaining, there's not much. And even like when it comes to Vortex, for example, I have an exclusive legendary, okay, with you know, a proper team around him, and I did 28 million, and this is another thing that's a massive issue, is the rebalancing. They really need to do more rebalancing. Look at this, I got 307 and I've been playing for so many months. I invested a ton of money in this game. Also had, like, you know, content creator perks, and I'm still barely 307. And the main issue is gonna be, I guarantee you this is gonna be the thing. Yep, this is the main issue. This person over here, this one's just too overpowered. It's just sad that even if you don't have his exclusive artifact, even if you don't have him inspired, Rook is still just too overpowered. Like, it's just too much. This is a massive mistake. They should 100% change. Look at this, Rook without inspiration, without his exclusive artifact. He's still, Swift Death is still over there at the top in 3rd place, doing 213 million. Where I'm doing, what did I do? What did I do? 28 million, 29. It's, you cannot compare. It's just, there's too much. This one's too broken. I don't understand. Some people might be like, oh yeah, but he's good for this, and, like, you know, there should be some people that are good. But yes, there should be a little bit of a difference, but not like that. It's like, there's some other people. Let me see. Can I see? Yeah, you have other people that have fully inspired, you know, some inspired people are like fully inspired. They still do not do as good as Rook. So that's one of the massive issues that they really need to address. You cannot have one hero just be so good compared to everybody else that if you don't have him, you cannot compete. And honestly, in the first month and even afterwards, if you don't compete in here, you lose a ton of echoes of Clepsydra, which basically makes it irrelevant for you to try and compete for the, you know, top rankings for the season. And being a season-based game, that's kind of priority. You know, that's what you kind of want to focus, trying to rank over here. And the reward's just getting, you know, good luck getting top 50 to get the Supreme tickets without having a Rook, okay? Some people might be like, again, oh, Vortex is not that important, you get the big points from the other stuff. Trust me, it's not the case. Both of the previous seasons, I was like 1,000 away from getting in the next tier of rewards, and 1,000 is just equivalent of, like I showed, me placing in the... What is it again? Me placing in the Vortex well. So let's say, for example, instead of placing top 150, I only place over here. That's 70 that I'm losing. Okay, if you make 70, if you make that 70 times 10 days, that's 700. If you add another like 5 days, I basically go over that 1,000. That basically breaks the game. You know, breaks my ranking, and that makes it not. That makes it not fun for me anymore. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun. In that case, I don't compete as much. I'm still gonna play. I'm still gonna try and do my best to compete. But again, this thing just makes it not fun. And I'm not the only one. I guarantee you, there's a ton of other people that basically quit because of that. I know people that pulled, you know, spent thousands of dollars to try and get at least one copy of Rook. Still have not gotten that, you know. I do understand they're in a transition period right now, but it's been 6 months, you know. It's been 6 months. They haven't done much. The communication is terrible. Like, this is the worst communication I've ever seen in any game, and that's not good. This game has such massive potential. If they just talked, you know, they just need to talk and let us know more what's happening, and you know, that might save the game. But I feel like, unfortunately, because there's been 6 months, like I said, almost 6 months, if not more, where they barely talk or they barely try to improve, implement things, they're barely telling us what they do. It's just, I know, it's just not enough. And there's not too many people that still are going to give them more and more chances, especially if you're a veteran player. There's a ton of people that, again, that I know that just quit because they're bored. You know, they're bored. They're annoyed that we don't get info. It's just, you know, this game could do so much more. It's just they're not doing it. So I guess that's the reality. That's why I'm quitting covering the game. Like I said, I'm still gonna play it, and I guess there's like 2 things that might make me come back and cover the game again. Number one is obviously if I'm gonna get a sponsorship again. Okay, if I'm gonna get a sponsorship, I'll obviously cover it, do videos on it again, because it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be worth it. It's not my main priority right now. Every month I make like $100. Okay, make like $100 or $200 max if I try to cover it, and that's not enough. That's not enough considering it's a full-time job. You know, I have a family to take care of. We plan on building a house, and spending so much time doing videos doesn't make it worth it. I do have some other commitments. For those of you that know, you know, the other games, you might know Ash. I do have a collaboration with Ash. That's, you know, I help him out with some content ideas and build some teams and whatnot. And, you know, that's my main priority because that one pays pretty well and it allows me to sustain my family and help my family financially with that. But yeah, so that was number one reason is the figure sponsorship. Number two, I think, and that's going to be like the biggest one, is if they finally implement something, a catch-up mechanic for the seasons. We gave them tons, hundreds of suggestions in the CC chat. Almost every single day we give them suggestions about catch-up mechanics, about, you know, fixing Rook and stuff like that. So I feel like that might be a case, because if they do that catch-up mechanic where, let's say, you start the game first season in season 1, you play that, and then after you finish that season, you jump to the latest season, then that's my content is going to be more relevant, because the latest, you know, that the oldest that my videos would be from that season would be like 3 months old, and it would still be okay. But right now, like I said, if I'm making season 4 content, it's only going to cover less than 1% of the people that, or maybe like 1 to 5% of the people actually watch YouTube. And keep in mind, the people that watch YouTube are less than 1% of the actual community of this game. So maybe they're gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna try it and give it another shot afterwards when it comes to covering it. If not, I might just quit the game entirely as well. And it is what it is. It makes me sad again. It makes me sad because I love this game. Again, this is the first game that I open in the morning. This is the last game that I close at night. I'm always in this game. I always try to improve, have fun, but you know, it's just, I don't have the time anymore to test as much as I would want, because I'm playing 3 games as well. I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends, Watcher, and this one, so I don't have as much time with the baby girl, because during the day, I'm taking care of the girl as much as I can, because my wife, Ivy, she's dealing with, you know, she's taking care of her during the nights, plus she has a lot more, you know, she has a lot more commitments, a lot more contracts that makes it worth it that she works more than I do. So, you know, it's a business decision. It's a smart decision for me and my family. So I'm sorry to do this. I'm sorry this is going to happen. I'm sorry if I'm disappointing any of you that are watching me just for Dragonheir. I'm going to keep posting on this channel, but I'm going to be posting Watcher of Realms, because you know what? Even though I just started, my Watcher videos are actually getting some good views. Okay, yeah, there are some that just random doesn't work, but still, for a game that I don't normally cover, to get 1900 1200 views, okay, 500 on this one, then let me see another one, 60, what is it, I had another one, 2,500. So this game has bigger potential, even though it's a game that I just started, you know, covering, has bigger potential for me financially, and that's what I have to think of, because again, it's my full-time job, and this is what I have to do. So yeah, I guess we're gonna leave it at this for today. I appreciate each and every single one of you for the support and for all the love that you've showed me during this time covering this game. I really hope that the game are gonna do some good changes. I hope they offer, you know, maybe they offer me more sponsorships and gonna come with more videos, but mostly I hope that the game's gonna thrive again, and I hope they find a way to, you know, get the seasons together and, you know, do more balances, do more. This game deserves so much more. And they're just not investing that much time into it. And from my point of view, like, you know, I might be wrong, but that's just my honest opinion. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at this. Again, thank you all for the love and support. If you still want to keep, you know, if you still want to be sub to my channel and watch my my Watcher content, I will appreciate it. Or, you know what, maybe you stick around, because I might come back. I don't know. It might be I might be coming back in a month. I might be coming back in 6, or never at all, depends. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.